Hi everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. It's kind of well, not a good day around here, but anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. First thing, I got to get a couple of things out of the way. This weekend was Mopar Nationals weekend and I couldn't be there, but I decided I'd rock my vintage Mopar Nationals t-shirt. This is like from back in the 90s sometime. Look at that, Nash Bridges Cuda. And oh, look at that 71 Super B. Oh my God.
1996.
Oh, she says 1996, says Deb. All right, and today, August 15th, Dinger! How about the Dinger? Brings home the gold at Indianapolis. Good thing I was proud of Briscoe and Hamlin. They didn't start punching each other. Two guys that know what good hard racing is all about. And they, I think, basically accepted what happened to them as graciously as the situation would allow. Anyway, on to our situation. As you know, we've spent the last 3 weeks thrashing on our poor old Daytona to try and get it ready so we can get it back on the track. Well, you can see what happened to it. Poor thing. It lasted precisely half a lap in the feature. It was a long night. We got to the track, offloaded it, got it through tech. There was a couple of extra classes of cars, so instead of our normal 3 rounds of practice, we only got 2. We struggled with it. That's no lie. We couldn't get it to stay on the bottom. It didn't want to rotate. It didn't want to stick with the front end. But we worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. Daryl kept monkeying around with the tires, trying to get it better. And we just ran out of practice. So for the first heat, we tried the tires again. And we think we got it marginally better, but nothing earth-shattering. Nothing to make up the difference that we needed made up. We had a little swing at the right rear for the second heat. And whether that made it better or not, I couldn't really even tell. So for the feature, I thought about it, what I wanted to do, and I kind of took a little more aggressive swing at it, and I loaded up the left front a little bit more. And I'll tell you, this car, when you go out onto the track for a race, and you go out there and you start juking it back and forth to scrub the tires, the first couple of jukes to the left, you're just cleaning off all the gravel and marbles and shit that you picked up in the pits. But the third or fourth time, when I crank it left like that, if it cuts good and I feel the back get a little bit light, I know she is on. And that's what happened when I went out for the feature. I gave it that third or fourth juke to the left, and I felt it, and I said, ho, 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 we got something for him here. So I lined up, because qualifying didn't go that well. I lined up outside in the 4th row. And when we took the start, we went down into the first turn. And as soon as I went into the first turn on the outside, I could feel that it was sticking. It was sticking way better than it had stuck all night. And it was feeling very, very much like its old self. And just as I was thinking, hey, I really got something, everybody started wrecking in front of me. Like everybody. Somebody got squirrely and overcorrected one way, then overcorrected the other way, and the car shot right across the racetrack and T-boned somebody on the bottom, which sent that car back up across the track in front of everybody. By this time, I had seen this all happening and checked up, but I got run over from behind, and that the first guy that hit me turned me this way. And that wasn't too bad, except one guy come up through the middle and hit it right here. You can see from his tire. Hit it right there. And that spun it around the other way, and it went nose first into the fence. And then it got hit again on the back corner there. So by the time the dust settled, it had been hit quite a few times, but this is a tough old car. It still started up and moved under its own power. At the end of it all, I started it up and drove it onto the trailer. So I'm not sure how bad it is. We're going to open the hood and have a look. So you can see here a few things how she's ripped up. It's pushed this rail and the whole front of it over that way. You can see it's pushed it about that far. It's pulled this motor mount apart. This thing here is supposed to be inside there. This part of the hoop is supposed to come and taper in like that, and it goes like that. This one you can see, this is supposed to be over here under the fender, and the fender's already pushed that way. So, yeah, she's a mess. Now, I won't pass judgment on anything until I get my toe plates out. We got to check the front and rear toe and string it and check the wheelbase on both sides and make sure if the wheels are all where they're supposed to be, it's really then just superficial damage. What I do remember about the wreck and from looking at the car, I don't think any of the wheels got hit, which is huge. That's awesome if that's how it really went down. But I won't know until I get some of this stuff cleaned up and start measuring things. All right, so as you can see here, 72 at the back, 72 at the front. So the rear toe is good, and I already looked underneath. These things have a track bar in them that locates the axle, and it's a real flimsy thing. And I leave it flimsy because it's almost like a fuse, eh? If something bangs either wheel from the side, holy moly, a guy just went down there in a 1965 Chrysler Imperial. Wow! They're near and dear to my heart. That's another story. It was a silver four-door hardtop. It was gorgeous. Anyway, what'll happen is the track bar is so flimsy, just driving around, even racing, it holds the axle. But if something bangs one of the wheels, it goes blah, 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 and saves from the axle getting all bent and hammered. And I always keep a spare one in the hauler. Anyway, so that's good. I mean, it did get some contact here. This is new. All this scuffing along here is new, but don't matter. All right, let's check the front toe. All right, so the back of the front wheels, we've got 73 in the front. We've got 73 and a quarter. That is good. That's perfect. That's where it's supposed to be. So now we're going to string it. All right, so now what I'm doing is stringing it. And that's good. I'm just looking here to make sure that neither axle is shoved one way or the other, and they're not. So I would say that all four wheels are still where they're supposed to be. The angles, the camber and everything, and the toe is all good on them. So that's pretty good. I don't see any oddball wrinkles or anything in it. Like one of the other fellow, his car got bent, and when the car itself gets bent, you'll see the Lexan, it'll break like this, and that's bad. But nothing like that happened to it, so I think we're in good shape. And I just noticed here, the tech guy put the wrong weight on my decal. I'll have to get that fixed if it ever goes back there. Well, you can see she's pretty messed up. Everything is pushed over that way, and it's got quite a twist to it. In my last video, I was telling you how proud I was of my original my original 1989 rebar. Well, this end of it, the mounting flange got punched right through it, so we'll have to make a new plate for the back of it. But I mean, from here back, you can see the towers are still where they're supposed to be. The structure of the car did its job. I don't generally have my cars too tough beyond the towers because I don't want happening to them what happened to some of the other cars there, where they got belted on the front and it just twisted, parallelogrammed the whole bloody body. To the point where the Lexan windshields were broken in them and everything. That's no good. You don't want that, because that's what junks your car, right? So I purposely leave the snouts of them kind of soft. So what? They bend. We just saw it off and put a new one on it. It's just tube and junk anyway, right? So I guess that's what we're going to be doing here. We'll start getting stuff cut out of the way and see what's left. So I guess you could chalk that up as, well, a major bummer. But that's okay. We can fix it. We'll make it better, stronger, and maybe even a little bit faster. That's always the goal, right? Heck, if I could get it as fast as it was back in its glory days, I'd be happy at this point. But anyway, that's how it is. And looking back, when I look at the at the carnage that happened in the last few laps of the Cup race at Indy today, now those guys got some cars to fix. This wasn't so bad after all. Luckily, no major structural damage. I mean, where it counts. And we'll have her back in fighting shape before you know it. Anyway, I got to get to work now fixing this car. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you go down below and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me that you guys are interested in what I'm doing around here. And until we meet again, thanks for tuning into the Claremont Marble Mouth. Thanks for tuning into the Claremont Classic Garage, and we'll see you next time. So long.